Hello, I, Sanjeev Kumar, today present second parts of The Science of Self-Discipline, written by Peter Hollins. 500,000 books sold. The willpower, mental toughness, and self-control to resist temptation and achieve your goals. Some important points. Breathing slowly and regularly, paced manner helps you calm down because it counters the effects of your body's stress response during challenging situations. When you are stressed, your heartbeat and breathing rate increase in an attempt to provide more oxygenated blood throughout your system, helping you either face or flee from the stressor. A stressed out mind is an inefficient and uncreative mind. So, it is crucial for you to remain calm if you want to perform to your full potential. In the new directions in goal setting theory, Edwin Aloke and Grepi Lathma notably stated, so long as a person is committed to the goal, has the requisite ability to attain it, and does not have conflicting goals, there is a positive linear relationship between goal difficulty and task performance. 10 times rule. You should set targets that are 10 times more than what you think you want, and then take 10 times greater action than you think is necessary to accomplish those targets. Parkinson's law. Work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. Push yourself to finish early and free your mind. Discipline doesn't care if you are exhausted, irritated, or even dejected. That's when you need it the most. Exercising discipline quite literally trains your brain to default to a mode of perseverance. Your personal fears and discomforts are also your opportunities to challenge yourself. If you want to maximize all the positive aspects of your life, you can start with facing your fears and choosing to be uncomfortable. A Cornell University study provides some compelling evidence supporting the concept of out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind as a means of improving discipline, and it applies to far more beyond your desk. Whenever we experience pleasure. A hormone called dopamine is released in our brains. As you probably know, dopamine is commonly associated with sex, drugs, and rock and roll. All the things that we humans enjoy. Dopamine makes us feel happy, and our brains learn to like the activities that cause dopamine release. Naturally, we like feeling good, so we often set aside our other priorities to subtly seek out more dopamine. That can be a good habit for healthy habits that induce dopamine release, such as exercising, meditating, or reducing sugar intake. But it can be also extremely harmful, especially in the world of modern technology and social media. In fact, we are but in fact we are practically wading around in the stuff now, as everything from processed foods to internet pornography is profitable because of its ability to become addictive through tapping into our dopamine reward system. If you are not aware of the harms of constant dopamine hits, you will often be distracted by a pervasive urge to get more of it. Something as simple as checking who's liked your list, who something as simple as checking who's liked your last post on social media can quickly develop into an irresistible itch to constantly refresh your feeds. Remember, a covert dopamine addiction can be the downfall of your discipline and productivity. Thank you.